Hello guys, welcome back to another part. In today's video, I'm mainly going to be focusing on like new level, just the windy level we're going to be working on. And also, I'm going to do some minor like gameplay mechanics. I'm going to have a de-threader mechanic, probably because in the future, precision is going to be very difficult and player can really be a pain. And also gives it the player another way to play the game, because I know a lot of people don't like the tether mechanic. And it does make the game feel smoother at times. So that's what we're going to be adding to today's video. I'm going to get started on the de-threader mechanic, which I'm going to show you how that goes now. So, by clicking X, your second player will disappear, making you more controllables at times, especially like selecting a level. You can do that easier because you can go between without getting pushed in a direction. So yeah, some levels, I'm probably going to have some levels where you just play as one character just for fun. I have a few ideas on how I could do that, but we'll talk about those when I do those levels or gimmicks and stuff in the future. But for now, what I want to work on now is our windy level, which I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Because in my original videos, I said I make my own stages and music and stuff. There was no way of doing that. I think I did in like part 2, I tried to do that stuff. It did not go well at all. So I'm just going to do kind of like what Sonic Mania did and do encore stages. Basically, I'm just going to move the objects around for Act 2, so I'm going to do a repel it. Maybe add some new stuff. It's still different enough, and you know. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go on to what we're gonna work on next. So, as a minor note, I actually finally got rid of the stupid ass, weird line thing. I replaced it with the actual stars from the original. I'm not sure if I'm tripping or not, but they seem kind of bigger than the original, but let me know if I'm seeing things. Other than that, I'm gonna actually talk about the, windy level. We can get to work on that. I just want to talk about the tether thing because I finally added that after forever. Oh, as I was adding levels, I realized I have big rings, but they're not really big rings. They're just literally just I scaled up the rings as placeholders. So I decided I'm going to add entrances for special stages. I have two ideas what I'm going to do for them. One, I already have that level up, which is Tidal Tempest, or I could do actual just mini races. I'm going to do a poll and see which one wins that. But for now, I'm just going to have the entrance thing be coded in, so you just have them in the game already. But with that done, we're going to actually talk about the windy level, because I have a lot planned for that. So, I ended up adding Flying Battery as the windy level. There's a few minor issues with the zone right now. I'll fix those as I'm going through. But what I mainly want to do is actually get the wind mechanic, because right now we just have the level. And there's a lot of routes to this stage, so this is actually one of the longest. This is one of the stages where I recommend ditching your partner, which I'm going to have as a mechanic soon. Because some parts are you're going to need more tighter movement. I feel like, the original game's biggest flaw was its own mechanic. I'm still going to have it throughout the game, but it's nice to have a break from the mechanic. It's more of a hindrance than a help. But you can also just leave your partner with you if you want. So it depends on really how you want to play. But yeah, what I'm going to do next is probably just add the wind physics. And then, we'll work from there after that. Alrighty, so I did what I did, I edited the zone to my liking. I fixed the palette issue, because I do want to have the zone, have an encore palette on the second act, so I kept things mainly the same here. The main thing I changed was I added the wind physics finally, because before it was just Flying Battery, but downgraded. Now it's Flying Battery, but downgraded with an annoying wind mechanic. Now I'm going to go off how it works, it actually doesn't work as I intended it. What I originally was going to do is have the wind mechanic be throughout the entire level. It would just be on your screen. It kind of worked, but the only downside is when you're in the wind, you can't spin dash. Since your player is constantly moving left, you can't spin dash unless you want to spin dash left, which is kind of counterintuitive. So, what I thought of to make the zone more fun too, because having a wind constantly push you back is kind of annoying. So I just had in some segments of the zones. So yeah, it is a guarantee you'll run into it, so it's not going to be one of those mechanics you're never going to notice. You will eventually run into it. You can't spin dash during them, and it does slow you down, so you have to spam the jump button to move. But other than that, it works pretty well. And if you go left during the, blowback, or whatever you want to call it, I don't know, when you're in the wind, if you click left, if you hold left and go left, you'll actually go faster. I don't know, there's not really a place to experience it in, but it still works. That's pretty much it for Flying Battery. I'm gonna see what I should do next. I have a few ideas on what I'm gonna plan next. I ended up doing another poll, and the poll basically what one was doing better controls or making the game feel smoother. So, I have two concepts I want to do.
Number one, I want to have it like instead of space, because space is kind of uncomfortable. You can't really spam it as much for like if you're trying to do like a spin dash or stuff. So if space to jump or spin dash, I'll do ASD and stuff. Just can't like change minor controls. And also what I want to do is have it be like more like effects for like when you ditch your partner and stuff. And also when you destroy bad necks, I want the screen to shake. And I'm gonna edit the controls slightly to feel more like the original Sonic games, because it feels right now it's not really like there's not like you feel like oh my gosh, it feels weird. I'm gonna put a demonstration of normal Sonic physics next to mine, and I'm gonna see what I should add and remove. But first, let me go off the other basic things like camera shake and other minor stuff I want to work on. So while you can't see it, the controls do feel a lot better for like spin dashing and jumping and stuff. Just because like when you're on like a smaller platform, you can actually just charge the spin dash and jump right after. Before with the like when the controls used to be like space to jump and stuff, it would feel like you wouldn't have the time to do it. You would just kind of like fly off the platform. But now you can actually do minor stuff like that. It makes it feel better too, because it makes the spin dash feel faster and more smooth. So yeah, now what I'm gonna work on is the basically just when you ditch your play, I want an effect for that, because they kind of just abruptly disappear, which I don't want. So I'm gonna have an effect and make them return after like a while. They'll come back and respawn. I ended up adding basically, if you click X, your player will do a little smoke bomb and leave. I'm gonna have them come back like with an effect or something later. But what I want to focus on right now is getting like a shake effect for when you smack bad necks. I think that'd be interesting, make the game feel more smooth. And then after that, I want to make it so the player feels heavier, because I noticed in other Sonic games, Sonic feels a bit heavier, it hits the ground faster. Ours feels a bit more floaty, which I think is the main drawback of our games. I'm going to focus on those two right now. So I decided, instead of doing camera shake, because that would be kind of like headachy, I just made it so it like implodes like that, more satisfying. I'm not sure what color they should implode, so they kind of just, it's like yellowish gray. I might change that, I don't know, but it's more satisfying feel to the, explosion thing. It makes it more fun. Because if I did the camera shake, I feel like people get like headaches or something, so it's not worth it. But yeah, now all we gotta do now is just make the player feel heavier, but not in a bad way. Just so it feels like you're gaining, well, I'm not explaining, just like so it feels like the original game. Because game feels, notice that everything feels relatively the same, except for the fact that the player is so floaty. It's like weird. So I'm gonna make them less floaty and, more like the original games. So I added the physics. The only issue I noticed with this is something about it still feels off. I genuinely don't know. Like, I know something's off, but I just can't fix it. Like, I don't know what to fix. There's nothing that I can think of to fix besides like maybe you don't get launched off slopes as much. Maybe that's what I'm missing, but like, I don't know. Maybe I can't tell. Maybe it's the way the game just looks. I have no idea what's making it feel weird. But maybe when I look back at it, it will look more natural. But I did change the gravity a bit more just to feel more like the originals, which I think did help quite a bit. Because now it feels a little bit more like the originals. Even if it's minor, the game feels like it. I'm not sure does it look though. It's all about looks, I'm not sure. But it feels more like the other games, so that's something.
So the next thing I added was these new item boxes. Basically what they do is add like 30 more rings to your total. They're just upgraded versions of the 10 ring boxes. The only reason they're green is so you can tell the difference, because it'd be kind of weird if you like broke a normal ring box and then it just gave you like 30 rings for some reason. So I made the green ones give you 30. I might add just green rings like out and about too, that give you like double or triple the amount of rings you normally get. I'm not sure. I might do a poll for those and see if green rings will be a like actual collectible. But as you can see, I have Sonic CD gameplay playing right now, and what I want to add next is the generators from Sonic CD. I love exploring in maps, and I figured I'm gonna have big rings and also robot generators. But I just want to put generators in there just because I don't know, they're fun. Might as well. So that's what I'm gonna work on next. So I started a poll and like for what the robot generator should do. And one was giving you a bunch of rings, which, well, I guess makes sense. I don't know, it's not easy to get rid of the bad nicks, so I figured that would win, but in this version, I guess we just gave you a bunch of rings, a nice bonus, so that's what I'm going to do right now, and I'll show you guys how it works. think the generators basically just gives you rings because that's what won the vote. Just 500 rings, just, you know, quite a lot. Exploring, fun, and a nice reward just to get your points up. I'm not sure who cares about points, but hey, it's a bonus. It's not mandatory. It's in some stages. If you look around, it's a nice little bonus. I'm gonna probably add achievements in the game. Definitely not now or nearby. Probably when the game's finished, because I feel like we should have the game done before we get achievements and covers and other stuff like that. I just want to have basic something to work with before we get those done. So a lot of achievements probably very late in the future. So yeah, but other than that, that's pretty much for today's video. I can't really think of much else. So yeah, see you guys next time.